not just the damage from Tuesday's earthquake that has emergency officials worried. They say they now have their hands full with plans for Hurricane Irene, which is expected to rock the city even more this weekend. Deli's owners say the gunman scoped out the store for about 20 minutes before even entering, first hiding behind this fence, then waiting for a delivery car to leave before entering the store. Authorities say Simmons is expected to make his first court appearance on Monday, and like both Darden and Byrd, his bail is expected to be set at $1 million. President Obama said the coming months will be a season of homecomings as the remaining troops in Iraq will be home by December 31st. In Atlantic County, I'm Jessica Klein for News Channel 40, NBC.
What do we want? And when do we want it?
For the 14,000 employees of Atlantic City's main casino union, the message is clear.
Shame on resorts.
Unite Here Local 54 took to the boardwalk Friday night, protesting against the pay cuts casinos want as part of a new deal.
Cut me from $14.17 down to $9.51. No more savings, no more nothing.
Dawn Stewart has been a housekeeper for resorts for more than 20 years, and she says her life has changed dramatically since the new owners took over last December.
You gave us a job at poverty level. You gave us a job that now we can't even pay our bills when we could pay them before. It makes me so mad and upset.
Feelings of frustration and anger that are now common in thousands of casino employees.
You can't sustain a family on a $12 an hour wage. You can't sustain a family on $9.50 an hour. After people work for 28 or 30 years, come on.
The issue is expanding across the board now in Atlantic City as contracts for 9 of the 11 casinos expired Thursday. Dawn French is a cocktail waitress at the Trump Plaza, and she says many of her friends at resorts are now on food stamps.
Everyone is exhausted trying to bring together this huge problem that we have here.
In a statement, Dennis Gomes of Resorts said, quote, "The old Resorts was prepared to close its doors and lay off all employees before we took over. The union's efforts to convince the public and our employees that we are not a good company are not only false, but they hurt all of us, including the employees." But the union says they will continue to fight.
We're going to be out here until they change their policy and give these people their wages back.
We are going to overcome this. We will get what we actually deserve.
This is the 4th demonstration by Local 54. Another is planned for tomorrow. But employees say they'll be out here every Friday and Saturday until a deal is reached. In Atlantic City, I'm Jessica Klein for News Channel 40, NBC. It's the calm before the storm, and Atlantic County residents are heeding the mandatory warnings and leaving the shore.
Hey, we gotta go. They've called, the city's called twice and said we had to leave.
I'm not risking anything, no. That's not worth death, no.
Which is exactly why the city of Atlantic City held an emergency meeting this morning to enforce the risks of the storm that's sure to bring severe destruction.
Our hope is that everybody will take this seriously and do all that they can, should, and must do to protect themselves, because this is nothing to play with.
Mayor Lorenzo Langford, alongside city, county, and state officials, were adamant at the meeting. The bottom line, if you live in Atlantic City or on a barrier island in Atlantic County, then you need to get out.
Get in touch with your relatives, get in touch with your friends, and get somewhere where it's safe off the island.
Plan is that everyone has to leave. You're not permitted to stay, and we'll do what's necessary to ensure that everyone is out of the city.
And to ensure just that, jitneys and buses were on hand at elementary schools in Atlantic City to bring those residents to safety.
It's scary. It's scary. It's just me and my daughter. It's just real scary.
With suitcases in hand, they said goodbye to their homes and boarded the bus to a shelter at Rowan University.
They just said to get on the bus, as long as we're not here.
And the situation was just the same for casino patrons. Casino employees told their customers to leave as soon as possible.
I called my cell phone to say, you have to be down front by 8 o'clock, bring your luggage, you're leaving tonight by 8.
Resorts was the first of the casinos to board up, also laying hundreds of sandbags on the first floor to prevent the flooding that's expected. The mandatory evacuations are making history here in South Jersey, but officials say they're necessary to prevent human death.
As much as you think you might be able to control your environment, you don't. Mother Nature is very strong and very unpredictable, and that's why we're taking the steps that we're all taking, because we want to make sure everybody is safe.
Entry to all of Atlantic County's barrier islands was closed as of 6 o'clock tonight. As for Atlantic City's 11 casinos, they'll be closed by 12 noon tomorrow. Emergency management officials added that during a mandatory evacuation, they can't legally do anything to stop you from staying, but they did add that you're on your own. In Atlantic County, I'm Jessica Klein for News Channel 40 NBC.
Upset and angry. I don't know which is weighing more.
Words of frustration tonight from John Ixodakoulis. The owner of Atlantic City's Ducktown Tavern couldn't believe the news about his good friend and patron of more than 6 years.
We have a special bond, Al and I, and we've always joked around, had our moments.
But a tragic moment happened early this morning when 71-year-old Alfred Kisleski, known simply as Al to his friends, was badly beaten by 3 men just outside the bar.
Apparently, he left here, said his goodbyes.
Friends of Kisleski tell us he was on his way home from the bar when the incident happened. A bystander found him in this area suffering from severe head injuries.
It was just very disturbing that someone would do something like that to an individual of that age and not being able to fully defend himself. He's pretty much being taken advantage of.
It's an incident that leaves him in critical condition tonight at Atlanticare Regional Medical Center's city campus. Authorities believe the crime was random.
It looks like a crime of opportunity. He was alone. We haven't been able to communicate with him. He does live in the area. Some of the area businesses know him, the gentleman, and don't believe he had any problem with anyone.
And while authorities believe it was a robbery, they say they won't know for sure until further investigation. For now, they say the act is senseless.
It's sad anytime there's crime, but this gentleman, he's a 71-year-old man. He's right next to the building he lives in. It's really awful. So we're hoping to catch the individuals so it doesn't happen again.
For something to happen to any individual that really can't fend for themselves at that age, it's a shame, it's just cowardly.
A cowardly act that investigators say will have serious consequences. In Atlantic City, I'm Jessica Klein, News Channel 40 NBC.